Edo, welcome to the first No Choftes review show of the season. I had to do it very slow because I can and I want to. The three is here again.
Hello. Χαίρετε σε όλους. Χαιρετίσματα.
What?
Hello to everyone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You need to translate for me. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't speak your language. I don't know what you're saying. You just talk with these. For all I know, you could be making all this language up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm making it up.
So we're going to discuss this 1-1 draw against a Greek team who are very good. I did it in the members area. I did my analysis today in the members area. And if you want to watch the analysis, exclusive content, 99 cents a month. We've done about 40 shows this summer. 40 in the members area. So people getting their value for money. Huh? What's this guy saying?
Lunatic.
It's just chatting all sorts of shit now. Okay, fine. Don't forget to smash that like button and comment. Like, subscribe, and tell your nunna. That's the only Greek word I know. Nunna. So, Mr. Petros.
Yes.
Petros boy. Come on. Yes. Your analysis, young man.
Ρε φίλε, εντάξει, είδα το παιχνίδι. Τηλεοπτικά, δεν πήγα στο γήπεδο. Yeah, I saw the game. I didn't go to the field.
Keep talking. I don't know what you're saying, but just keep talking. Okay, you talk to them. They're the ones that understand what you're saying. I don't know what you...
Oh, come on, man.
No. Say your thing. Say your thing. I just pretend I know what you're saying. So it's fine.
You're going to piss me off now. I kept saying, he's bullying me. He's bullying me.
The stuff he's saying, I don't know what you're saying. So it's fine.
He's totally bullying me.
I don't know what you're saying.
Bully. Because he never came home and he never will, you have to be like this. Gotcha.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gotcha.
Don't know what you're saying.
Gotcha. Anyway, so yeah, let's get serious.
Go on.
So yeah, I watched the game. I didn't go to the game. I was at work and I finished quite late. Didn't have time to get to the game, so I watched it on TV. Positives and negatives, mixed feelings. Quite a few worries, and some optimism at the end of the tunnel. I must say. That was the general feedback feeling that I got from the game.
So when you look at the lineup, the 11 that Dambraskas put out, do you think that is going to be the first choice 11 moving forward?
I would say that would be my estimation usually, especially a week before your first European game. You start with your starting 11 that you plan to start the next game. That's my understanding. That's what I've noticed throughout the years, that usually at your last and most critical trial game, you put in your starting 11 and give them at least 60, 65 minutes as a complete unit to see how they're going to cope. You show your intention for the next game. Now, if that is going to be the intention or not, after what we've seen, I don't know. I have my doubts.
All right. Well, before we talk about the game, I want to ask you about the preparation. Clearly, the results, not good. But it's just practice games. Okay? However, 4 games, 1 goal. Now, you can look at it one way and think it's just about the fitness. It's all about trying to get a cohesive unit to play a certain style, for players to understand what needs to be done. But on the other side, not scoring goals, it's got to be a bit of a concern, no? Just a bit.
Not what I feel. First game, I couldn't care less. First preparation game, I couldn't care less. It's the first game. It's the first time that the coach is coaching a game. It's the first time that the players mix up with the new players in the team, trying for a new system, new style of coaching. I couldn't care less for the first game. He's not representative at all. It's just to get your feet on the ground, make a few runs, try this, try that, and see how it goes. So I couldn't care less about the first game. No matter if we won, no matter if we lost, I couldn't care less. Second game, we lost 2-0, but we were not bad. We were not bad at all. The other team only made 2 chances, and they won. 1 goal was a penalty. So it was a very good performance despite the defeat at the second preparation game. Third game, I worried a lot. Third game with Ragov, which was, in my opinion, the most difficult of the 3 teams by then, that got me worried because we didn't pass the middle of the park. And that got me quite upset when I saw that. I was not expecting to see that, especially after the game before. I would expect some more creativity, some more bonding, some more moving forward, something better from the second game. So if you look at the second game and the third game, differences from ground to the sky. Huge difference in the appearance of the team from the second to the third game. So that worried me a lot at the third game. Now, coming to yesterday's game, like I said, it's a roll around of feelings. Some positive ones, some negative ones, some worries, some trying to figure out things. It's a mix of feelings. But definitely a lot better than the game with Rakov.
Certainly, I agree. And going back to what you said about the preseason games in Poland, okay, we didn't score a goal. But for me, these games are more about getting your fitness up, as I mentioned before, trying to get that cohesion, the understanding. But then you got to understand the pattern of play. And I think this is something that we discussed with Giancarlo in the members area. We still haven't seen a style of play that we can say, right, this is what we're going to see this season. You know, we know from 4 games, it's going to be 4-2-3-1. I'll be very surprised if he decides to go with the 3 at the back after playing 4 warm-up games with 4 at the back. I've never seen any coach do that, to be honest. But it's not just about the results and the fitness. The chance creation has been minimal. It's been very minimal. And, okay, yesterday, I think, was the toughest test. I personally believe Ajax were the toughest test. And as I said in the members area, a lot of those players that either started or came on figured in the 3-2 victory over Brighton in the Conference League or the Europa League? Conference League, I think it was. I can't remember. Conference League. Anyway, so they're a decent team. And Almeida is playing with this South American style where it's just so aggressive, like in the press, so aggressive in the challenge. It's fast, it's skillful, it's different. It's different, right, to what we're used to anyway. That being said, the opening 20 minutes, 22 minutes, I saw a lot of problems. And the main one for me was our inability to play out from the back. It was something that we tried 5 or 6 times in the opening 15 minutes. And the press from Ajax was so aggressive. They pushed us so far. They pinned us back to the point where our 4 midfielders, or should I say the 2 holding midfielders and the 2 fullbacks that were getting forward to try and create something, were being pushed further back. But with that, Ajax went 1v1 on every single player in our half.
Yeah.
So we had 2 central defenders, 2 wing backs, and 2 holding midfielders. That's 6 players, and they went 1v1 on each one of those.
No.
So Fabi had to hit it long, and more often than not, it was going out for a goal, for a throw-in. So they had us, but it was the energy that we couldn't contend with. It was the aggression, it was the directness of them. And for me, while you could say it was only a short period of time, quarter of a game, it's got to be a bit of a concern. And I saw it in the second half as well when they made a lot of substitutions, and they brought on a lot of energetic players and everything.
Fresh players.
Yeah. But the reason why they were fresh is because their preseason started on the 24th. And they played the game extra than us, but they played in the Netherlands and they played some difficult teams. Now, again, they're a higher level than us, so it's difficult to compare. But at the same time, you know, if you're serious about getting into the Conference League and beating teams that are at a higher level, you've got to find a way to get past to bypass them, and we weren't doing it. So that was one concern for me. I don't know what you think.
Same here. We seen. I believe I told you this also at the Rakov game, and it was the same yesterday. That was until now. It seems like when we're being pressed high from the opponent, we have quite a bit of a difficulty to comprehend on how we're going to get out of it. And that was a worrying factor. On the other hand, I did press high yesterday. Rakov was pressing high in their game. Rakov, we didn't have any solution at all. 0 solutions to Rakov. At least yesterday with Ike, there seemed to be some spills here and there that we could cope, if you can say that, but still not good enough. Still not good enough in a high press against us. And I don't know what they're going to be doing about that, to be honest.
Well, bro, I don't think it's a situation that you can't resolve. And again, back to the analysis video that I said today, if you've got runners and people that move into the spaces and give you options on the ball, then you can bypass it. But you need to be quick on the ball. You got to be quick in your pass. Your first touch needs to be right. But when I say right, I mean correct. It has to be accurate. Otherwise, you're trying to control the ball and you miscontrol it and you lose possession. And when you've got teams that press high and they're direct and they're aggressive, they're going to be digging at your heels as well. So one touch pass, move it on.
One thing for our team is that it shows they still have heavy legs. It shows they still, they still have heavy legs. You know why? You know why I say that? Because I told you yesterday that I wasn't happy with our defensive line, the way they were dealing with things. They were slow. They were slow. Kuli was slow. Nicolas was slow. They didn't have that sprint in them. So I think the whole team in general still have a bit of a heavy. I think the team needs 2-3 games to get a bit quicker. I think they do.
Look, what I will say is there were occasions where Ike would attack us and the panic stations crept in. It's almost as if they not that they were scared, but the ball would come in the box. They wouldn't know whether to make a challenge. They wouldn't know whether to stand off. They wouldn't know whether to go to the man. And there were some occasions where, for example, Kuli would get the ball and we're trying to build from the back and Masura would run 30 yards ahead of him.
He's the fastest of the team by now, actually.
Right. Well, let's see. But he's run 20, 30 yards ahead of him and Koulibaly is looking for that pass. But because the players ahead of Koulibaly were either too far ahead in terms of our players or the Ike players were pretty organized, he didn't have an outlet. And there was no one dropping deep to support him. So what he's having to do is turn back, play back to Pana, who's 20 yards behind him, and he gets put under pressure because the press starts again, and he goes back to the goalkeeper. But then when the ball's on Pana's side, he's not looking to switch it to Masura because Hamas is making a run down the left-hand side, but he was ineffective. And I don't mean to dump on the guy, but defensively, Hamas isn't great. He really isn't great. And for me, it's a worry because when you got a fullback overlapping, all right, Semedo does his defensive work as much as he can, but Hamas is too flat-footed sometimes on the counter. And that worries me. And Masura, do you know, he did okay. He did okay. And yes, he runs and he runs and he runs and he's energetic and he's quick.
Just to correct myself, from what I said before, when I said Masura seems to be the fastest, I mean at this point in time, not that he's going to be
right in terms of fitness levels in comparison. If because he's fitter, he probably got more energy in the tank. Well, but again, he's another one that defensively, I don't think he reads the game as well as he should. But again, this is just based on what I've seen so far. I've never seen him play before. So for me to pass judgment on 4 practice games probably isn't fair. That being said, you do notice some warning signs straight away, man. That's one thing. But what I will say, though, on the positive side, from everything I've been saying, after the 20-minute mark, it looked like we had that solution because the players, Maric and Humboldt, were dropping deeper in support. They were dropping deeper in support and they were happy to play a one-touch pass around the corner or flick it to the side or do something. So there were occasions that we were bypassing them, but the obvious pass looked like the one over the top in the channels, which again is what we were doing under Sofroni.
And that's not a solution. The other thing that worried me was like, I think I told you yesterday, we were mostly playing from the left side.
Mm-hmm.
Semedo. Semedo was not having a good day. So are we going to go back to the same old shit like Semedo not a good day, no Semedo, no party? Έγινε ρε φίλε το πράγμα. Πρέπει να δούμε να μπορεί να γίνει τελικά με what the hell is going to happen with the right wing? You can't keep playing on the left. And it's inexcusable for me on a practice game to have a player that you're definitely going to be playing next week at the first game for the whole duration of the game, 83 minutes. And he basically, and then he got the hit on the knee, and we were worried.
Yeah.
Έγινε ρε φίλε, σε τούτον το στάδιο να αφήνεις το Σεμέδο να παίξει 83 λεπτά και ύστερα, εντάξει. But what did that show? No options.
Right. And again,
I don't know if you agree with me about this, what I said about this.
No. I do agree with you. But I'm going to add a caveat to that because while we were using that left-hand side as much as we possibly could, you're thinking about that right-hand side. And you cast your mind back to, I mean, look, I've got the whole game and I'm happy to go through it again if I've made the mistake. But we very rarely threatened them down our right-hand side. And when that threat came, it was because Simic would drift in more central and Masura would go on the overlap, but the ball wasn't on because both of them were man-marked. Yes. So we had no option. And our number 10, who was Irakovic, anonymous, he didn't have a good game. And I'm not going to dump on him because he looked pretty good as a number 8 in preseason. He looked very good as a number 8 in Poland anyway. He looks very comfortable on the ball. But as a number 10, you need more than just the ability to get the ball, turn your back, and then play it sideways. He's very good at controlling the tempo in the middle of the park. But as a 10, you need that cutting edge. And we don't have that. It's throughout the whole squad.
Επιμένω. Σίμιτς. Βάρ' το γαμό το στο μόνο δοκιμάζουμε δεκάρι. He likes to play in the middle of the park, going forward. He likes that role.
He likes it, but he can't. I don't think he can do it. And I'll tell you why. Because Simic's best quality, based on what I've seen from him this season. His best quality is that diagonal run from a wide area, arriving into the box, late to get on the under crosses. He did it twice against Apoel.
Ναι.
The first one, where Gaguli cut it back, and then the goal where Semedo took the shot and the goalkeeper parried it out and he arrived late. He even did it yesterday. That diagonal run from the right-hand side through the middle, right? That's great if you can have it in your team. That's great. But so what are you going to be doing for the most part? You're going to get the ball through the middle and hope that he makes that diagonal run and no one picks him up. Then you're going to need your striker, the one striker that you have, to pull wide. So hopefully that one of the defenders goes with him and the other centre-back is too busy watching the ball. But again, you can't risk that. And it becomes too predictable. So what happens? You've got no outlet on that right-hand side because you're hoping for your fullback to get forward. And if he gets forward and we lose possession, well, you've got a gaping hole in the right-back area. Their left wing is free.
Yeah.
So, again, look, I'm no coach, but I can see it. And I'm pretty sure Dan Barowska sees it. And he was talking very well at full-time about the tactical side of things. But let's go back to the whole Vegari situation, okay? Because I said it in the Discord, and I've never been that kind of person to sit and say, we need the Vegari, we need the... But it's come to a point now where if we are to create more opportunities, right, and not rely on our two central midfielders to keep going box to box, yeah, we're going to need a number 10 that can create.
No.
We're going to need it. And it's blatantly obvious. So effectively, from this conversation, we know we need a right back and a number 10.
Mono right back?
A right winger. Well, you got two right backs.
You've got two right backs.
Well, yeah.
Να κάνω μια άλλη ερώτηση.
Go on.
Strikers.
Yes.
Do you think that the games from now on until the end of eternity are going to be single striker games? Are we ever going to be playing with two strikers? I can't remember the last time we played with two strikers in the field.
What, when you say two strikers, you mean two centre forwards, two gunmen?
Να στεμίσκει κακουλής, ας πούμε. Και να παίζει ο ένας πίσω από τον άλλο.
Well, we had Shepovic and Dura up front.
That was the last time.
And even then, Dura was playing right wing to support.
Yeah.
In fact, Dura was actually playing as a third central midfielder, supporting in right wing. So yeah, but the game's changed, bro. The game's changed. I mean, I think you're going to see Apollon with two strikers this season with Marquez and Doragaray. They might go two up front.
Έχουν το Σπίτι και τον Γκοντζάλες. Σπίτι and Gonzalez.
Look, I think it's a cause for concern that we have three strikers and none of them hit the back of the net.
None of them gets fed.
Well, but this is it. This is the problem. This is the fundamental problem. But again, yesterday, were we putting balls in the box? I saw it once in the first half. Were we putting balls in the box for any striker to get on the end of it? Can't remember.
Something else that I noticed now that you said this, balls in the box. We were not putting enough people in the box, as far as I'm concerned, yesterday.
No?
Θωρούν 6 εκτζίες με 2 δικούς μας.
Yeah.
Plus the guy that was going to put it in the box, 3. So I don't know why they don't have the strength to run yet to that position, to cover that position. To put their bodies in the box.
I don't know. My worry is that he's going to try and implement a system where we try and pass it in the goal. I mean, look, the goal that we scored yesterday had 11 passes.
Ναι.
It was a good goal.
Ναι, ήταν πολλά ωραία. Δεν είμαστε σίγουρα.
Good build up. But that was the first shot that we had in the second half.
It was the second. First one was
Second?
from Hamas
Hamas from a
with
free
the
kick.
foul.
Okay,
Yeah.
from open play.
From open play.
Open play.
Yeah.
So, again, is this build-up? Now, it might sound like a bit of an overreaction because, as I said, the opponent. I get it. But you still need to do more. And look, I said, the bar is low for me. I'm not expecting anything, right? I'm not expecting anything. And that's how my stance, that's how it's going to be. But you're looking at the situation right now and you're thinking, God, if we had the right winger that could run out a fullback, that had a little bit of trickery in them, nothing too major, but a winger that wouldn't be afraid to get their head down and run.
No.
Yeah. And if we had a number 10 that was able to maybe dictate the tempo in the final third, pick a pass, drop deep, collect the ball, help the two central midfielders. And even if we had a central midfielder that was strong in the tackle, like someone that was just tidy up. Just tidy up.
Tora central midfielders yesterday, you had basically Hambo and Dragovic. Or was it Hambo and Marriage? Hambo and Marriage.
But they're similar players though. And people don't realize this.
They're similar players. That was what I was going to say right now. They're very similar players.
The difference is that Hambo has got legs. Not that Maric doesn't have legs, but I mean, when he has legs, he runs up and down. He's got a lot in the tank. But again, this isn't me shitting on the lad, but Hambo's end product isn't good enough. No. I'm sorry. It needs to improve big time.
It needs to improve. Yesterday, it would have been a goal, but the other guy appeared behind the goalkeeper.
Okay, but you got to be finishing these chances.
No, she was.
And the final ball hasn't been great. I keep saying keep him out of the final third. Let him go box to box, but only as far as the beginning of the final third, because I just think he needs to improve on that. He can pick balls out left, right, and center. He can run up and down. He's got the energy. He can track. He can do all of that. But in that final third, that's where it matters when it comes to the result. And he needs to improve on that. But then the same goes for Gagole. And look, I love the boy. And I think he's been unfairly trashed for a few seasons now. But this has to be the season where he's consistent. No. He's got to be consistent and hit the back of the net, because there's only so much learning you can say. I mean, how old is he? We're 23 now? 22, 23? Something like that. No. He's got all the attributes needed to be a top striker. He's quick. His movement is fantastic. He reads the game well. The one thing that he lacks, the two things. The one thing is that he's not strong. He can't hold up the ball. And to be that sole striker, you need to have that ability. He can't do it. But what he does, he makes up for it with his running, because he can spin off, which is fine. But the thing that lets him down the most, and I'm sorry, is his finishing.
He's finishing. Yeah.
He's finishing.
I
hope for his sake, because we've seen the progress of the lad. We've seen how he's progressed in terms of the in-game side of things. He's not getting caught offside as frequently as what it was before. He's getting in the right positions to receive the ball.
He's doing new stuff.
He's still learning.
He's increasing his abilities.
Absolutely, but he's not that instinctive finisher. No, sorry. Let me start that again. He is the instinctive finisher in the sense that if you give him half a second to think, he'll score. But he's not that player where if you give him a bit of time, he'll pick his spot and put it in. He fluffs his lines.
No.
And there's the fundamental difference. And I talk about Jermaine Defoe, because Jermaine Defoe for me was one of the top strikers in the world. I don't care what anyone says, because he was instinctive. Give him half a yard and a split second, he's putting it in the bottom corner. And his range of shooting was ridiculous, right? But with Gago, he's got that instinctiveness in him, but he's not consistent with his finishing. You put him 1v1 versus a goalkeeper and you give him 3 seconds to think.
Forget it, he's out.
He fluffs his lines. It's like you're on stage and you forget your lines. Yeah. But you give him a split second, 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper, he'll roll it in. Look at the goal against the goal against Abuel, where the ball was just rolled from Bezos, we just played the free kick. He only had a split second to think about what he was going to do, and he's put it in the bottom corner. The goal against Karmiodisa, where he's on the run, he's come in, right, it was on the right-hand side, and he's cut in, and he had a split second, he just walloped it. So he's got it in him, but he needs to improve because forget the criticism. It's not about the criticism anymore. It's about his career now. It's about his career. Anyway.
Θέλω να μιλήσουμε και λίγο, επειδή πιάσαμε τους που τη μέση και μπροστά και να μιλήσαμε καθόλου για το defensive line μας.
Yeah.
What did you see yesterday?
I saw a back four that panicked a lot, especially against a team or players that were very, very quick, that were physical. I think defensively, we weren't doing the basics right a lot of the time. And by that, I mean, when you win the first ball, you got to win the second ball because it's vital. There's a bit of ball watching going on, which is pretty standard.
It was a bit too much for me yesterday.
It was, and the passing wasn't great. That being said, I cannot trash the back line completely because the midfield have to do their job as well to support them. And again, that's why I said we need that central midfielder that can break up play. And people are going to say to me, we've got that in Gusu. We don't. He's not that player. I don't care what anyone says.
Εγώ νομίζω ότι ο Κούσουλος να είναι η αλλαγή του Χάμπου ή του Μάριτς.
Yeah.
Νομίζω ναι. Έβλεπω το Χάμπο να φκένει που είναι 11 φέτος. Έβλεπω το Χάμπο να φκένει που είναι 11 και νομίζω ώσπου προχωρά ο καιρός ο Μάριτς να γίνεται ακόμα καλύτερος.
Yeah, but you say that, but I don't know if they can do the job defensively like Gusu can. But the thing that I will say is, number one, yes, he had a decent year last season. Don't get me wrong. He was good, right? And there were games where he was MVP, and I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, he was very, very good in some games. I mean, the game against, was it Othello, where he dragged us, out the gutter, getting the equalizer before half time, and he's put in some good performances. But I don't want him crossing the halfway line with the ball. Do you get what I'm saying?
Όχι, εγώ τον Κούσου βλέπω, ας τα μπαίνουν μέσα ο Κούσουλος, εγώ βλέπω τον για που τη μέση και πίσω, όχι που τη μέση και μπροστά.
Yeah, I want him to protect. I want him to protect. But the thing is, I don't know if he's, look, okay, but I'm going to say it. I would have, if I had a 30-year-old Bashiru, no one else gets in that team in midfield over him. If I had a 30-year-old Bashiru, he's the first midfielder's name on that team sheet because of the way that he reads the game, because of the support that he gives the back line, because of the energy, because of the range of passing, because he reads the game so well.
No.
Unfortunately, he's 34, however old he is. They didn't think he was good enough. Okay, you move on. This is football. I'm sure we've had players that, other players have moved on that we've loved, and the club has made the decision not to renew. Okay, this is football. This is how it goes. Okay, and I'm not going to sit here and complain about it.
Players go.
What it is. Of course. But I think we've lost a lot of protection with him going, and I think we have to bring in a defensive midfielder that can protect, because none of those. Well, if Kasama goes, right?
Kasama is out. He's not even in the list.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But I'm talking about the wages, so to speak, right? Right now, the central midfielders are Hamburg, Gusu, Erakovic, and Maric. Yeah, so we've got 4 there. Okay? But, as I said, you got Maric and Hamburg are very similar. Erakovic is a ball player, so he's good on the ball. But as a 10, forget it. That's my opinion. But again, that might
να περιμένω να δω ακόμα.
And then you got Gusu. Okay, so Gusu can do the whole beat in the chest, passion merchant things. Be physical from time to time. Try do the role of Captain Teflon. I get it, right? But I need more. I need more from a central midfielder. And if he's going to be,
I think we're going to get it. I think we're going to have it. I think we're going to have it in the players that we have already. I think we are.
I'm not expecting anything. I told you I'm not expecting anything. So anything is a bonus for me right now at this point. I told you. But going back to your question about the back four, yeah, I think there were a lot of times where they were rattled, for sure. But again, when you're playing a preseason game against a better opponent, yes, it's going to take more time to get used to what they're going to be doing. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think we're going to play any team in the Brathlima that can press like Ajax do.
I agree. With
I don't think that there's a team with that amount of energy and aggression and directness than them. There isn't.
Oh, yeah.
Teams will try it, but they won't be as. No. So anyway, we've made the substitutions. Lang and Elander came on. I almost had kittens. Them two at centre back. I mean, again, what is this? What does this guy see? What does this guy see by putting those two at centre backs? They can't run.
The only thing I can imagine for putting both of them, and he didn't put them at the same time. First he put Elander, and then towards the end he used.
Yeah, but they still ended the game. When the ref blew the full-time whistle, both men were our central defenders, and you must have two sloths.
And that's what Boga did.
Bro, can you imagine?
I'm gonna go back to what I said, that I didn't want to see Semedo all the way to the minute that he played.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, I don't care. Pull Koulibaly and Nicola out and put the two slow turtles in, because I don't care. They played 70 minutes. It's good enough. Give them a breather for the next game. I'm going to take it like that. I don't want to see Lang and Elander together in the defense.
You can have two snails, two sloths, two turtles, and Lang and Helander in a race. And those two players will finish last.
Yeah, I'm telling you. My excuse is that it was okay, you guys play 70 minutes, come out. I want to protect you for the European game. Yeah, put Lang and Helander in. It's okay. It's a preseason game.
Anyway.
I'm going to go to another one, though, now.
Go on. Alpha. Go on.
I'm not seeing much so far, to be honest.
Yeah, well, when did he play? Did he play against Maccabi? Did he play against Genocide FC? I don't know. I can't remember if he did. I know he played against Rakov.
He played against Rakov, yes. That I remember. I don't remember Maccabi.
I can't remember. Did he come on? I can't remember. So
anyway, I'm expecting to see a lot more. Maybe he's tuning into the team phase. I'm not going to say anything bad about him.
Possibly.
I'm just going to wait and see.
Possibly. Now, there's something else I wanted to ask you, and I'm gonna do this a lot this season, especially in the members area when I do the analysis videos. Set pieces, defending and attacking set pieces. I think we were very poor with both. Very poor. What do you think?
The only set piece that was a success was Hamas kick. Very nice swerving on the ball. He put a turn on that ball like nothing. It was an excellent shot on that set piece. good decision kicking towards the goal because the keeper was out of position, actually. He was lucky to reach it in time. Other than that, defensively, to opponents' set pieces, we need work, a lot of work, which goes back to the defense thing that we were talking about a little while ago, but we still need some work on that one. Offensively on set pieces, να είχαμε ρε φίλε, είχαμε δυο κόρνερ εχτες. Νομίζω δυο κόρνερ είχαμε, δεν είχαμε τίποτε άλλο. Εκτός που το φάουλ του Χαμάς.
2 in the second half, yeah.
Είχαμε δυο κόρνερ στο δεύτερο ημίχρονο. Στο δεύτερο. Όχι, είχαμε και ένα στον πρώτο με το Χάμπο, που δεν έκαναμε τίποτε. Ναι. Θυμούμε το γιατί χτύπησε το Χάμπος που την πλευρά της δυτικής. Ναι.
Fuck knows.
I remember. But nothing happened there. I haven't seen enough set pieces yet to come to that conclusion. But what I know is that I didn't see the ball being challenged by the offense.
Yeah, but I think defending set pieces is a problem.
Ναι. It goes back to what we were saying about our defending line. Ειδικά, ας πούμε, το set piece που έφαμε τον γκολ, ρε φίλε, χτες, είχαν 3 παίχτες μπροστά από τον παίχτη της ΑΕΚ που έβαλε τον γκολ και πήγαινε κουτούλησαν και 3 μαζί, έπαιζαν χαμένοι και φαγιάν, δεν ξέρω αν τέλος τους εγγέλασε.
Yeah, but Fabi didn't need to come out for that.
I agree, but there, I'm not going to talk about Fabi. Yes, it was his fault. He didn't need to come out. But I'm talking about the 3 defenders that they basically let the ball go without even...
Oh, yeah, it was...
contesting it.
It was... To be honest, it wasn't like this powerful header. All he needed to do was guide it.
Nah.
All he needed to do was guide it. But they didn't get tight enough on him. They weren't brave enough. They weren't brave enough. And something that annoys me again, they didn't have a man on the back post. You have a man on the back post, that ball doesn't go in.
Yeah.
So again, the basics. It's Groundhog Day. It's almost as if it happens every season. Like for the last 4 years, this is the 4th year we've been doing no Choftes. And it's the same rhetoric. Honestly, the same.
That's very much.
Basics.
Let's calm it down a little bit.
No, I'm not.
We're not judging them now on a preseason preparation game about the being shit defendingly and all that stuff. No, we're not doing
No. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, but this is the thing that I'll disagree with you ever so slightly about. Yeah. While these preseason games aren't exactly like the blueprint for what's ahead of us, and it's kind of like this is what to expect. No, what I'm saying is you're meant to use these preseason games not simply for fitness and for your style, but also, doing your set piece tactics, whether it be attacking set pieces, whether it be attacking throw-ins, whether it be defending these things. Do they not do the work on these things in training? Because from what I saw, okay, especially in the first half, the first Ajax corner, if I remember rightly, because I remember I was watching it, and I looked at the defensive line. We had 4 defenders across the 6-yard box, and the rest were just man marking. So it's half zonal, half man marking, right? If that's what you're going to do, fine. But are you going to do it continuously? Or are you going to change it throughout the game? Because it just seemed to me that a lot of the time it was just pack the penalty spot area, and if the ball comes in and you head it away, great. If you don't, try. It didn't seem like there was anything that they'd been working on, which goes back to what I was saying about the attacking or the lack of creativity in the final third. Do they work on these things in training? Well, you'd think that they do. You'd think, but anyway.
I'm not gonna go into that because we have seen what Koulibaly and Nicola can do together, and we have seen them work with Hamas also and Cypriano. On the other side, you have Diongu and Masuras. So the newcomers. Eπομένως, we know that those players can do a lot better than what we have seen yesterday. That's what I'm trying to say. We know
Pedro,
that the abilities are a lot better.
You mentioned Cypriano, and there's something that he did yesterday, which, again, I don't know if anyone noticed. It was near the end where the ball's gone in the box, and this Ajax player, I can't remember who it is, he's got the ball on his right foot, and Adam Lang has shown him on the outside, so he's taken it on his left foot, and he's taken a shot wide.
Yeah? Outside. Nah.
And the referee gave an offside because he was offside in the build-up. But when you watch the replay, and I'm going to try and find this later on and send you the clip, Cypriano, he actually read the pass. He read the pass and he checked over his shoulder because he scanned the pitch to see where the nearest striker was. And he just stepped forward. He just stepped forward to play offside because he read it. So I'm thinking, oh my God, like, he's not ball watching now. I'm thinking, oh my God, like, he's not ball watching. Because if he was ball watching, that's a goal. Okay, the guy put it wide. But do you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, he actually did the basics.
Yeah.
He did the basics. It's a bonus. Anything above nothing, it's a bonus.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we've seen what those players can do. So I'm not scared. I'm just going to say preseason game, and I'm looking forward to seeing them coming back to what they've shown us last year and even better.
Well, look, let's not make no mistake about it. This Georgian team is going to be tricky.
No.
Okay? It's going to be tricky. I'm under no illusions. It's going to be a potential banana skin. Okay?
Φίλε, για όνομα του Θεού, ποια ομάδα στην Κύπρο, έγιναμε τώρα οι Κυπρέοι αρχιμπαλαδόροι της Ευρώπης και να υποτιμήσουμε οποιαδήποτε ομάδα. Ποιοι που είμαστε εμείς. Σκατά, τίποτε δεν είμαστε.
But listen, I just want to nip this in the bud right now because people are already talking about maybe playing Ajax if Ajax get knocked out of the Europa League. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe.
Πρώτα απ' όλα και ο Ajax να γίνει knocked out αφού είμαστε seated στο ίδιο κομμάτι μαζί τους, επομένως δεν θα παίξουμε το Ajax και παρετάτες πέλαρες. Μακάρι να παίξουμε τρεις εύκολους και να μπούμε ομίλους και γυρεύκεται εμείς τώρα.
You just said easy. There's no easy games.
In brackets.
There's no easy games.
The seeded, not seeded. Yeah, I agree. There are no easy games. Η ομάδα μπορεί να παίξει το ΑΠΟΕΛ, νομίζω. Είναι fine. Ούτε έναν τέρμα, ρε φίλε, και κάτσε. They were the outsider and they qualified with 5 goals to 1, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ναι, ρε φίλε. I think. I'm not exactly sure 100%. Παίζουν μια από την Μολδαβία, οξά Λιθουανία που παίζουν, ρε. Η Μολδαβία είναι η Λιθουανία, μια από τις δύο χώρες. Νομίζω Μολδαβία.
Why aren't they coming up on my thing? Champions League. Anyway. July. Well, we're in July already. Fucking hell. Yeah, the Petro Cub.
Ναι, παίζουμε εμένα.
Yeah, I don't even know who they are. Yeah, they won 5-1 the other day. Yeah.
Παίζουμε εμένα, Petro Cup. Είναι η ομάδα μου.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They're a team made up of mostly Moldovans anyway.
Yeah, and they were the weakest link.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm not.
We cannot underestimate anyone. End of story. We're not the teams to underestimate anyone.
No, not at all. But Pedro, here's the other thing, right? If we go into that game in 6 days' time or 5 days' time with the current squad that we have, are we home or away the first leg?
Home. Την Πέμπτη. Πέμπτη στο Γασιπί.
If we go into that game with this current squad, I'm gonna be a bit iffy. I'm not gonna lie.
Να δούμε. It's gonna be the first game. This Georgian team, by the way, I know that tomorrow you're going to be having someone to talk about it, but go ahead and then I'll tell you my thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as Pedro quite rightly said, thanks for reminding me. Tomorrow in the members area at 11 o'clock in the morning, Cyprus time, I'm going to have the Georgian footy expert on the pod. He was actually with us on the charity marathon, and we'll be previewing the game. It's going to be live in the members area. So if you want to join us, it'll be 99 cents a month. We don't just do previews. We're going to we do analysis videos. We do therapy sessions. So all the stuff that you saw before, no choftes, is now over to the members area. So interviews, everything like that is going to be in the members area from now on. We're only going to be doing match reviews, and Bedro's going to be doing either just kiss me whenever he can, because obviously he's a busy guy. He's not like me, that doesn't have a life. So yeah, everything is moving over to the members area, apart from the match reviews. So there you go. So thank you, Pedro. Thank you for reminding me.
No, I'm gonna go back to what I was gonna say. The Georgian team was the favorite to qualify in the first game. In the first leg, they drew 1-1.
Yeah,
and they drew with an own goal from the Albanian team. The Albanian team was ahead of them. They were losing 1-0. And then it was an own goal from the Albanian team, and they came 1-1. Yeah. And yesterday, I don't know where they were playing. They were playing in Georgia. I think they were playing in Georgia yesterday.
No, they were away.
They were in Albania. Yeah. Okay. And they scored 1 goal to a team that Stakarkia, όπως λαλούμε, they were quite superior. So I believe the readiness level is close to ours. The championship also didn't start yet.
Yeah, true.
The championship didn't also start yet. So they're in the same phase at Omonia now.
Yeah.
So obviously they started the preseason earlier, since they had already the first leg last week and this week. So they started the preseason earlier. So they probably have 2 or 3 games more than us on their legs, preparation-wise. But I believe Vegasib is going to be a hostile place for them. The fans are gonna show up, and hopefully with the good attendance of the fans and first game home, I hope that we'll be able to get a 2-goal lead to the next game. I hope so. That's what we need anyway. That's what we need to be a bit on the safe side. A 2-goal lead.
The thing is, I don't know anything about the only thing I know about this team is that Steve Keane is their head coach.
He
was at Blackburn Rovers, he was at Melbourne Victory. He was technical director of Offi a few years ago as well. So that's the only thing I know about them. Also, I think the game in Georgia, they played it at the big national stadium, and I don't think it was full. So again, I don't know about the size of the club. I don't know if it's going to be an intimidating atmosphere. I don't know, which is why our guy's going to come on tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. But again, this is going to be a very important game that we do need to take a 2-goal lead into the second leg. We have to. Fortunately, there's no away goals. Fortunately, so we can't get stung on that. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not expecting too much. But look, let's go back to the game, the Ajax game. And there was one player that came off the bench. He got an assist, and that was Evandro.
He almost got a second one also.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from the assist, because
it was a very nice assist.
It was a very nice pass. He played it completely in the right area. The weight on the ball was fantastic. Brilliant. Okay. Now, he played in that number 10 role. Surprise, surprise. Just like our mate Ilian said in the members area when he signed, he's more likely to be a 10. Now, again, haven't seen too much of him play. What I will say from what I have seen, can't use his right foot for shit. But, okay, if he's going to be giving assists like that, couldn't care less. Right? Now, Do you think that's the gamble that they're going to go with him as a 10?
Ooh, tricky question. I think.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go make myself another coffee. You talk to these lot in Greek. Yeah? And you give me your answer when I come back. I might do a little bit of a wee as well. Sorry.
Yeah, go.
Sorry, I have to do this. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Έφυγε ρε κοπέλια. Ό,τι θέλετε κάνουμε τώρα. Θέλω να κάνω kick, να μείνουμε μόνοι μας. Δεν έχει πρόβλημα. Να μου κάνετε κοπέλια, μέσα είστε καλά. Βλέπω τα με διάφορα μηνύματα. Απλά για να απαντήσω του Γιάννη. Να μαζί μας ο Ροής. Βέβαια, Γιάννη μου, για να όνομα του Θεού. Απλά έκατσε μας την ώρα, έπιανε extended vacation στο Preseason. Αλλά ναι ρε, για όνομα του Θεού, πού να πάει ο Ροής. Αυτοί που τα μέναν επειδή να τους φάξουμε, δεν έχει να πάει πουθενά. Ο Ανδρέας λέει ότι είδε το δεύτερο ημίχρονο της τοπίδο χτες, αν δεν προκριθούμε που τους να το κλείσουμε. Ανδρίκο μου, κρατούμε τα πόθηκια μας χαμηλά, προσγειωμένα, να δούμε να μπορούν να γίνει. Μαριούι, if we play with the same intensity as the eye game, it will be similar with Kabbalah last season. Μακάρι ρε Μαρία, μακάρι να πάει έτσι. Βέβαια, με την Καμπάλα, πέσει να θυμούμε καλά ρε Μάριε, χρειαστήκαμε τον Άγιον Μπέζους για να προχωρήσει η κατάσταση όπως ήταν, γιατί δυσκολευτήκαμε λίγο στην αρχή, αλλά μετά με τα γκολ του Μπέζους που βοηθήσαν πολλά στο να περάσουμε. Εσείς να μου νομίζετε ρε παιδιά, πώς το βλέπετε ότι να πάει το παιχνίδι στον πρώτον, το πρώτο παιχνίδι στο Γασιπί. Να πούμε ότι τα εισιτήρια διαθέσιμα από τα σήμερα μέχρι τη Δευτέρα η ώρα 1 το μεσημέρι. Η διαθεσιμότητα των εισιτηρίων είναι για τους κατόχους εισιτηρίου διαρκείας και που τζαμέ και πέρα από τη Δευτέρα η ώρα 1 το μεσημέρι και μετά για τον υπόλοιπο κόσμο. Ιούλης. Ελπίζω ότι ο κόσμος να παρευρεθεί 25 του μήνα, πέμπτη ημέρα. Δεν ξέρω είναι τώρα το παιχνίδι. Είναι τώρα να το παιχνίδι, ρε παιδιά. Θυμάστε τώρα να το παιχνίδι, την πέμπτη. Γράψτε μας το να το δούμε. Να σου απαντήσω.
Go on. I mean, I'll throw you through that. I can't keep it up, man. Just do it. I don't care anymore, man. I don't care.
7.30 το παιχνίδι. Εντάξει. Είναι καλή ώρα του. Για τον Evandro, ρε φίλε, 7:30 is a game on Thursday. Still.
Okay.
Για τον Evandro, ρε φίλε, εντάξει, χτες η παρουσία του ήταν καλή. Είδαμε την assist, πολλά ωραία assist. Είχε και μια δεύτερη μπαγιά που μπορούσε να ήταν assist, αλλά δεν ευκήγε στο τέλος. Αν κρίνω τον Evandro που είδα για 15 λεπτά, γιατί το ίδιο έπαιξε και με τη Ράκοφ, και ήταν καθόλου καλός, αλλά ποιος ήταν καλός την ημέρα, κανένας. Με τον Evandro που είδα χτες στο γήπεδο, διαφορά που τη γίνω στον ουρανό. Αλλά για μένα τα 15 λεπτά, τα χτεσινά και τα 15 της περασμένης εβδομάδας είναι αρκετά για να πω ότι να έχω άποψη για το είναι τα παίχτης είναι, ρε φίλε. Να περιμένω. Οι ελπίδες μου είναι ψηλές, όπως το είπες και εσύ, χαμηλές πτήσεις όσον αφορά τον Evandro. Μακάρι να μας κάνει ψεύτες και εμέναν και εσένα.
Okay. Fair enough. Are there any other players you want to discuss from yesterday's game?
Άρεσε μου. Φίλε, είπα σου το και την περασμένη φορά, να σου το πω και τώρα. Ο Μασούρας αρέσκει μου ρε φίλε ο τρόπος που εξελίσσεται και χτες είδαμε το σε μια φάση στο παιχνίδι να έπιαν την μάπα από πίσω και πέρασε έναν παίχτη, πέρασε και δεύτερον παίχτη, έσαι την μάπα μπροστά, πέρασε και ο δεύτερον και πιε φάουλ. He looks promising. We didn't know anything about Masouras and we were wondering what we're going to be getting. he looks very promising. He looks very promising. I don't know if you agree.
Well, look, if you want a fullback that gets forward and is very direct, then he's your guy. But I've never seen him cross a ball because he didn't really get the opportunity to cross the ball yesterday.
Είδαμε το στο παιχνίδι με τη Μακάπη που δύο crosses που έκαμε ήταν δύο γκολ. Ακυρωθήκα βέβαια για offside, αλλά he had the chance to make two crosses. He made them and they were goal.
Okay, so well, look, time will tell. Time will tell. That's what I will say. But as I said, I saw some positives and I saw some negatives yesterday. But I repeat what I've said for the last 3 seasons. The mistakes that we make, they're not irreparable. They're not things that you can't work on. There's always a solution. If you don't have the right players for the system, then don't play them. Okay, that's one solution. But these players should know better and the coaches should know better. So if the coach is trying to project a message and they don't get it, then they shouldn't be playing. If they're making the same mistakes time and time again, they shouldn't be playing. Okay? And I think this is something I'm going to be saying a lot this season. Like I said last season, get the basics right and you can't get it wrong. Get the basics right and you can't get it wrong. Okay? Every day is a school day, as the tagline is. You know, you learn something new every day. Right? And I think we learned a lot about this team yesterday. There's still a work in progress. There's still blocks to be built. But the caveat here is the patience going to wear thin? Because I'll be honest with you, when you're working on a project, okay, it takes time. All right, it takes time. And unfortunately, in Cyprus, the environment isn't all there. Okay, it's not right. And if you want a project and you're serious about a project, you need time. And I'm going to give you the 2 wealthy clubs as an example. Okay, you got Buffon that chopped and changed managers left, right, and center. Say players are coming and going, and yes, they're out of the Europa League, but they're still in the Conference League qualifiers. But they stuck with their coach last season, even though they didn't start off well. They ended up winning the cup, and they haven't got rid of a whole bag of players, and they haven't brought in a whole bag of players. They've reinforced in key areas. Okay, you look at Ari. They got to the first division, Conference League in their first season. Their second season, they won the league title. All right, last season was a disaster for them, but they didn't sack the manager. They stuck by him and they said, right, we've got rid of a few players here. We're going to bring in some players now. And they've done things on the sly. They've done things very quiet this summer. Okay. And best believe they're going to be back next season challenging. Okay. So everything is a project. You look at Apollon and Anorthosis and, you know, the clubs like that, you can't build anything because they're just getting rid of people. And there's so much, what's the word? It's so fractious off the field as well that you can't do anything. You look at them lot down the road, right? Okay, they won the league last season. Their head coach was always going to be a goner anyway after the way that he was behaving. But they've got a head coach now, and I think Gallejo is a very good coach, and he did well with the resources that he had out on Orthodoxy, and he's building a team, not just for now. They're not building a team just for now. They're building a team for 2, 3, 4 years' time as well, right? And you're going to say, oh, El Arabi, but I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Max Maya. I'm talking about the Brazilian lads that they're bringing. The goalkeeper, the 22-year-old Brazilian goalkeeper that they brought in, he's going to be a £2 million player in a couple of seasons. You can see it happening. Right, so you need it's a progressional thing, and we need to now take a step back as supporters, right, and say if this coach is going to be the guy to take us to the next level or to level us up, right, you need to be patient, right. But I'm going to go back to what I said. Sorry, let me just finish what I'm about to say. I'm going to go back to what I said after the Buffalo game in the final, right. There's no more excuses. It's on the players now. The coach can do all he can. If the players ain't stepping up, it's on them. It's not on the coach. I'm sorry. Carry on.
Συμφωνώ μαζί σου, ρε φίλε. Συμφωνώ. Αφήκαμε κανέναν παίχτη πίσω που δεν συζητήσαμε.
Well, your mate didn't come on. Baggage, did he? Baggage didn't come
Ναι
on.
ρε, δεν πήγαινε, κρίμα ρε τους άνθρωπος. Δεν μπορώ να καταλάβω γιατί όλοι θέλουν τον Μπάκης να φύγει ρε φίλε. Εγώ νομίζω ο άνθρωπος είναι πια τις ευκαιρίες του.
Well, it's the lack of patience. They trash Duris even before he touched pitch for us. They're already going for him even before he touched the pitch for us. So, and this again, it's a cultural thing, you know. But whatever, it is what it is. Let's get some comments up. By the way, Giancarlo, this guy. Let me get some of the comments up first, and I'll talk about this guy in a second. It's obvious that until now we aren't as creative as we should be, and we're also lacking in depth. I agree.
Ναι.
Pedro, Masuro reminds me of Spungin.
Εν κοντά ρε, να συμφωνήσω με τον Θεόδωρο. Εν κοντά. Με τη διαφορά είναι ότι ο Μασούρας είναι πιο ψηλός που το Σπούγκιν, αλλά τα χαρακτηριστικά του παιχνιδιού τους είναι παρόμοια ρε Στέλ. Συμφωνώ με τον Θεόδωρο.
Okay. This one's for you. I don't speak your language.
Okay, he didn't see last night coming out like identity or character. Αντρέα μου νομίζω λίγο γλύωρα ακόμα.
I see where he's coming from though. I see where he's
coming
coming
δίκιο,
from.
ναι, δεν τον συζητούσαμε ρε φίλε. Δεξιά δεν έχουμε τίποτε. Συμφωνώ με τον Ανδρίκο. Δεν έχουμε τίποτε ακόμα.
No depth.
No depth.
Simic should play as a 10, but we need a fast right winger, absolutely.
Πού να βάλουμε.
Mark my words, next week when the subs pop up, Masura will be right wing and the uncle will be right back. Simic will shift to left wing as a sub for Semedo. There you go. We have depth, they will say. Giancarlo's turning into Stelstradamus. Giancarlo, right, he's got legendary status, right? We need to do like a No Choftes fan all-star list and start like handing out prizes and like medals because he is very close to top of the list, right? Giancarlo won an OmoniaFans t-shirt in the members area, right? He collected his OmoniaFans fanella. He then went to Green Boutique wearing the t-shirt, yeah, balls, and then he went to the stadium to watch the game wearing the same t-shirt. Now, Giancarlo, you need to tell me what happened. Did anyone come up to you? Did anyone talk to you about this? In fact, you know what? I'm gonna put the StreamYard link. If he wants to come on and just tell us his experience as an Omonia fan supporter, I want to know because I've got an idea that Did I tell you about the idea?
I don't know
about my idea.
I don't know if you did.
Did I not tell you? Let me check my WhatsApp. I'm pretty sure I told you. Hang about. No, I didn't tell you. Oh shit. All right. Okay. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But yeah, it's legit. We also need another striker. In my opinion, we need the right winger, number 10, another striker as backage. You won't get any chances, obviously. No.
Καλησπέρα Μαρίνο μου. Γεια σου ρε Πανίκια. Καλή δουλειά. Καλή δουλειά. They're going to go for one more signing and that's it. Αντρέα μου, αυτός ήταν γίνεται να πάσει για άλλο μια μεταγραφή και κάνει ρε φίλε. Να με ακούμε για δυο καταλόγου Α και δυο καταλόγου Β και το έναν και το άλλο και θέλουμε και δεκάριν και winged, δηλαδή δυο παίχτες, αν μένουν 4. Για ένα.
The thing is, with yesterday, we went 4-5-1 off the ball a lot of the time, and it was very similar to how
I think at one point in the second half, I think at one point we turned it to 3-5-2.
Yeah,
I think so. I think at the beginning stages of the second half, I think.
Look into that.
Have a look into that because I think my eye grabbed only 3 at the back at some point. I don't know if it was for a long period of time or a short period of time, but I think At one point, I saw a 3-5-2. Have a look at it and let me know.
Now you're gonna get me thinking. Now you're gonna get me looking at the fucking footage while I'm doing this pod. You motherfucker.
Στο δεύτερο ημίχρονο, κοίταξε, νομίζω κοντά στο 50 με 55. Είχε μια φάση που είδα πίσω μόνον Νικόλαν, Κουριμπαλί και Αλλώναν. Δεν θυμάμαι ποιος ήταν ο τρίτος.
You fucker. You're going to make me check now, innit? Bastard. Right, so you bring up the comments while I check. Flipping hell.
Μπορεί να κάνω λάθος, ρε. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, for crying out loud. Anyway, that's the next one. You carry on, bring up the comments. Oh, you got to do my head in there, man. Why'd you say this? You get my ADHD flying all over the place.
Dreamon ρε, Θεοδωρέ, που κακούλης ενώ Cypriot Rashford. Μου φοβίνε πέσε ρε, εμείς δεν μουρμουρούμε. Εμείς τουλάχιστον έχουμε να μιλούμε για pre-European qualifier games. Εσύ να κάνεις πολλά χρόνια να κάνεις έτσι podcast.
They got to deal with Novibet today.
Ναι. Yes, Restel, but we're justifying him for the last 2 years in the broker CD. He's barely average. We need him to improve like yesterday. He carries that number. No,
he does. He does need to improve. I'm not denying it for a second. I mean, listen, as a centre forward, his numbers aren't great. But I think the other thing we need to take into account is that beginning of last season, he carried us. I think he scored 7 goals in the opening 11, 12 games.
8.
8 games.
Καλησπέρα, Θανάση μου. Καλησπέρα, ρε Θανασάρα, Ομονιάρα. Καλησπέρα. In the roster, we also got Παναγιώτης Ανδρέου.
No.
Εχθές ούτε τον Οσλέ δεν ήταν μέσα στις αλλαγές. Ναι. Νομίζω δεν τον είδα ούτε καν μες στις αλλαγές. Ήταν καν μες στην ομάδα.
Right.
Yeah, go on.
Right. What do you see here? I see a back line of 4. 57th minute. What have you seen? I see a back line of 4. That's when they went on their cooling break. What have you seen? Let me take it back a bit. That's a back line of 4, man.
Okay,
let me go forward. Where'd you see a back line of 3?
I said I might be mistaken. I thought I saw a short period of that. I don't know how fast it changed.
Nah, I think it might have been because the fullback got forward.
Μπορεί, επειδή δεν το παρακολουθώ full το παιχνίδι. You understand what I mean?
Hold on. It's probably a systemic thing that you saw. Fullback got forward, the other fullback tucked in as a third. Because that's... 1 minute. That's 4. Anyway, whatever.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Like I said in the members today, this coach is going to be a head fuck for me this season. I can see him doing all sorts of stupidness. Like some, it's like when you go to a restaurant with your moro and then she like gets the salt shaker and she puts it down there and then she gets what's it called? They get the alas and she puts it down there and then she gets the pepper and she takes it down there and the ketchup is there. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Leave them all together. She gets the olive oil or something. Anyway. No. Not going to happen.
Why? Why you think not?
Because he doesn't want to come back.
Ελάλλον τους τόσο έδωσαν μου ότι είμαι πεντός. Και ελάλλον το τούτο του καθυστερημένου δαμε. Και ελάλλον μου ότι λαλώ μαλακίες, ότι δεν ήξερα να που λαλώ.
Here he is. I thought I was a troublemaker.
μόνο ρε, αγάπη μόνο.
Ρε, είδες που σου το ελάλουν εχθές, ότι ο ίδιος ο Αλιού με λένε ότι ήθελε να φύγει και μου, εγώ να ακούσω έτσι πράγμα και ξέρω εγώ. Ξέρεις σήμερα που το λαλούσαμε.
Ναι ρε, αλλά αφού έστειλαν του... Σήμερα που το λαλούσαμε και έστειλαν του μες στο Instagram.
Και στείλαν του οι διάφοροι μες στο Instagram, ναι. Γιατί βλέπετε, μες στον Discord έχει διάφορους πελούς που άμα να ακούσουν κάτι, έχει κάτι αστεράκια και μέσα που άμα τους πεις κάτι επικοινωνούν με απευθείας γραμμή με τους παίκτες να μάθουν αν είναι αλήθεια ή όχι. Έτσι είναι ένα normal και μέσα. Είναι όλοι πελοί. Είναι όλοι πελοί. Δεν έχει ένα normal πλάσμα.
Όχι ρε.
Ματάις.
Έτσι άκουμες ρε, μιλάς μόνος σου.
The garbage truck was passing by and I was waiting for them to finish until I joined.
Εσένα έτσι ακούγαμε, δεν το να ακούσουμε το garbage truck ρε.
Εντάξει ρε, άκουα τους εγώ ρε. Θα σας άκουα εγώ, θα σας άκουα τους κλίνους. How are we today?
Yeah, good bro. How are you?
Ένα λεπτό ρε Γιάννη μου, δώσ' μου 2 λεπτός και να απαντήσουμε τα τελευταία μηνύματα και να μιλήσουμε. Απάντησα το για το Ρόι, βέβαια ήταν μαζί μας, έκατσε μας την απλά κάνουμε extended holidays. Α, μπράβο, ναι, κάπου το άκουσα τούτο. Ότι χτες ο προπονητής της Torpedo έκαναν παράπονα for the squad depth and he said that he also needs players. That their team is not, yeah, that he was saying that, actually I was listening to it on the radio this afternoon, that he made the statement that he's still waiting for more players to come in and that his team is not complete. So, yeah, they're at the same level like us.
Well, I mean, looking at Transfermarkt, they've only signed 5 players.
Yeah, we signed only 5 players.
Yeah.
So, είμαστε το ίδιο σκατό.
Well, Gacharava was there last season. They got rid of him.
Ναι, ναι.
Gets Bayer's boy.
No wonder why. No wonder why.
You sounded like Biden for a second. No wonder why.
No wonder why.
No wonder why.
No wonder why I don't exist. That's what on his mind. He doesn't know the way he is. Είπαμε τα τούτο για το Σεμέδο. Ο Μάριος λαλεί, he'll keep the same midfield 3. Evandro as an impact sub, in my opinion.
Δεν έχεις δεκάρι. Δεν έχεις δεκάρι. Ο Εράκοβιτς δεν μπορεί. Δεν μπορεί, παιδιά. Που κατάλαβα εγώ τουλάχιστον.
Δάμε, περίμενα να έρθω σε... Να πάω εγώ, ρε. Θα κάνω το Τζιλιντρούι. Το τούτο που ήθελα θα στορά και τους δυο, μια και ευκήγες τώρα. Είχαμε τη συζήτηση την περασμένη εβδομάδα για τους ευλογημένους καταλόγους Α και Β με τους Κυπραίους, τους ξένους κλπ. Ο Αντρίκος, Πέτρο, πιστεύεις να ήταν καλύτερα να είχαμε Κυπραίους για μπακ από το ξένο βασικό, επειδή μια θέση καινή έχουμε στον κατάλογο Α. Και για να είμαι ειλικρινής, σκέφτομαι πολλά την κουβέντα που είχαμε εμείς οι τρεις την περασμένη εβδομάδα για τους καταλόγους Α και τους καταλόγους Β και για τους Κυπραίους και την κουβέντα που είχαμε με το ΑΠΟΕΛ, ας πούμε, που το αναφέραμε εκείνο. Και σκέφτομαι το, για μέρες μπορώ να σας πω. Tell me, from those players that they brought in catalog B, τους Βραζιλιάνους και ξέρω εγώ, how many played and for how many minutes?
When?
Last year. Πέρσι έφερασαν και ο Βραζιλιάνος το Γενάρη, για 2 για 3. Πόσον έπαιξασαν εκείνοι που έφερασαν?
That Cypriano defender played a few minutes here and there. He came on against us. The tall guy, he's like 6'7". Maioli, he's a good player. He's a good player. He's a good player.
Πόσοι άλλοι έπαιξασαν?
Και πόσους άλλους έφερα ρε πέτει?
Είπετε 5.
Έφερασαν άλλους. Πέρσι είχαν 5, ναι ρε φίλε. Ο ένας είναι της Δόξας. The guy that they took from the... Oh, the other guy, that he plays as a 6. They brought one tall guy like 2
yes,
meters.
the African lad.
They put him against us, and he lost the player like 4 times, and from that time on, he didn't play again. So that's not everyone is a win, you know.
So basically, let's go back to the conversation that we had last week. I would say, since this is the point, why pay money to bring a Brazilian player that is going to cost me quite a hefty dough, with a hope that I'm going to be reselling, that he's going to be good and he's going to be watched, and I'm going to be reselling him for a profit.
They don't just sign them for the sake of signing them.
Nah,
they look at their track record. And if the Brazilian has represented Brazil at under 17 or under 18 level, he's got something about him, right?
Okay.
So, but listen, they've got his fucking, what's his name? It's Alessandro. He's the guy that's pulling the strings, man. It's him that's doing it. So they've got that person there that knows the environment, and he's got his own connections here and there as well. Like, we don't have that, and this goes back to what I said about Jesper Janssen. We had the guy there that had the network, or that has the network. I mean, Deshaw was at the game yesterday scouting. He was at the Torpedo game, I think. I think he was in Albania yesterday. I think he was at the game.
Okay.
So perhaps he's scouting for opponents as well. Maybe he's looking at opponents. Maybe he's a match opponent. I don't know. A match scout. I don't know.
Petro, also you have to take into consideration that all of the Cypriot clubs for the last couple of years, except Ari, haven't actually qualified. And Daek, they haven't actually qualified to progress in the European stages. So, if they're going to bring those players, they cannot put them before the qualifiers. If you're going to go and hit your qualifiers, you're going to go and hit them with your best. And after on, if you're gonna be inside these group stages, you may gonna use this type of players that you want them to be seen. This is my understanding.
Άρα το ίδιο πράγμα ισχύει και για τους Κυπραίους, τους καταλόγους Β της Ομόνιας.
Who's good enough?
Ναι, τούτον που λαλούσαμε, ότι αν έχεις και εσύ ξένους, πιέζεις τους δικούς σου να δουλέψουν παραπάνω για να γίνουν καλύτεροι, για να φανούν.
Μα ποιος είπε, αν έχεις τους καταλόγους Β ξένους, θα έχεις Κυπραίους καταλόγου Β. Σημαίνει θα έρθει ο άντε 17, ο άντε 18 στη κατάλογο Β ομάδα της πρώτης.
All right, how about this then? What's the highest age you can have in category B?
The what?
The highest age. 22. 22. Right. So how many Cypriots below the age of 22 are good enough to make that list for us, for what we want? Especially defense. Is the question was about the right back, or left back, or whatever it was?
No, we're talking about in general about players.
Right.
In general about players we were talking.
Who?
My question, Stel, was who of the Cypriot guys, let's take out Osler and a couple of others, like 3, 4 maximum. How many Cypriots from the catalog B are you gonna see and playing as an extreme, as a winger, and actually be really good at it?
But you don't need more than 3 or 4.
But you don't get 3 or 4, Petro.
You can. We have them. Άμα το δεις, έχουμε τους αυτούς. Έχουμε τους τώρα. Έχεις τον Osler, έχεις τον Ανδρέου, Έχεις τον άλλον το
Ο
Μιτσί.
περίμενε, ο Ανδρέου είναι midfielder.
Ρε φίλε,
Ο
μιλούμε τώρα
Αθηναίος-
για
ο Αθηναίος
παίχτες, δεν
είναι
μιλούμε
midfielder.
για θέσεις, μιλούμε για παίχτες. Δεν
Ναι, ρε
μιλούμε
φίλε,
για
αλλά άμα το
positions.
δεις-
We're talking about players
Ναι.
now.
Look, Osimhen
άμα
was
το
on loan at
δεις-
Olympiacos for 2 years, yeah? He was on loan at Olympiacos
Ναι.
for 2 years and also Meap, if I'm not mistaken.
Ναι, πες είδα στη
Right.
ΜΕΑΠ, ναι.
Yeah, so obviously they see something in him to bring him into the main squad because I think he's category B. I think they're going to put him in there, right? I think anyway. I think, right? But the fact is, how many minutes is he going to get?
Ρε φίλε, I don't know how many minutes he's going to get. But at the same time, I can say we saw this year an under 17 signing from Omonia to Ari. When he signed to Ari, θυμηθήκαν τον στην Ομόνια ότι που γαμώτο, μα είχαμε τον και χάσαμε τον μες στα σέρκα μας.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say
σκεφτούμαστε
what-
τούτα ούλα.
I'm not going to say what I know about that fucking deal.
I don't know what you know about the fucking deal, but I'm talking about facts here. That we had a player in our ranks, and he went to another team, and when he went to another team, they remember that, holy shit, we lost this guy. For me, that's what's important. I don't care what happened in the background. What I know is that we had a player that we could have used, and we've lost him to an opponent. Because at the moment, Aris is an opponent.
Nere, but going back to what we were saying in the members area about this conversation, look how many players have left our club to go to the United States to go on scholarships for their education. Because they probably felt that either number one, that they could get their qualifications, their academic qualifications, and possibly if they do at college level, they're going MLS or in the Canadian League and play their football out there. And B, which is probably the most important one, they probably gave up playing football in Cyprus. They probably gave up. They probably saw how the environment is and they thought, fuck this, right? I don't want to get involved in the politics. I don't want to get involved with agents and all the shit that goes on with a lot of agents. And if there's any agents watching, you know what I'm talking about.
I would disagree with you, and I will tell you why. I would put education over a fucking piece of benzene που το βρουν 22 πελί μέσα στο γήπεδο.
Hands down, especially at Harvard. Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ο Πορτάρης που είχε το Αποέλο, ο Ιταλός πριν ένας και χρόνια που τον αναλούσαν.
The Italian goalkeeper.
Italian goalkeeper. Ο Σκουφέτ. Θυμάστε ότι ζήτησε τον η Μπαρσελόνα να πάει και είπαν τους όχι γιατί να πάω πανεπιστήμιο.
Right, okay, but then he still carried on playing football.
Yeah, he carried on playing football, but he was in a university in Italy and he was playing football at the same time. But he could have just, I mean, the team asked him, and μπορούσε να πάει και να πει, fuck you, university, fuck you, what are you talking about? Books? Fuck books. I'm going to play football.
Εντάξει, that's
ο καθένας, ακριβώς, ο καθένας measures his choices and successes by the way that they think about it. So I don't see anything. Anyway, να μην το μακρηγορούμε όμως για το είναι εγκαταστάση. Απλά εδώ και μου την ευκαιρία ο Αντρίκος ο Καζακίος να το συναμαλώσουμε ξανά λίγο.
Well, I want to know what happened with the t-shirt. I want to know what happened with the t-shirt yesterday because you didn't give me an update.
Wait.
You wait. You're going to tell me afterwards. Oh my God.
Εξηχάσαμε έναν παίχτη ρε Στέλ.
Who?
Curtis Jr.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Εγώ δεν ξέρω να μου να πω.
7 λεπτά.
He came on, he ran. He came on, he ran.
Εκλώτησε μια φορά τη μαπά.
I could probably play
Έχασε μια
the
φορά τη
video.
μαπά. That's it. Λοιπόν, να πω στα επόμενα μηνύματα, ρε. Από τον Μάριο. When do you think Helander will be able to get that starting spot? Εγώ νομίζω ο Helander έχει τουλάχιστον άλλο θέλει το 4 παιχνίδια στα πόσκια του για να μπορεί να στρώσει. Εγώ νομίζω ότι Real πιστεύω το μάθεις εύκολα.
Ένα μήνα.
Στέλ.
Well, put it this way, our first game is again the first 2 games at Ethnico and Salamina. I expect him to start those.
Το πρόγραμμα ξεκινά 25 του Αυγούστου, ρε Γιάννη. 25 του Αυγούστου νομίζω. Ναι. Ένα μήνα.
I think he will start those 2 games. And then Ayak will be Pana and Koulibaly. See, this is the thing. We're lucky now that we've got an experienced central defender that has played at a high level. Do you get what I'm saying? We finally got that one after what? Last season, who did we have last season? Militic and Lang as backup.
No.
You know, and again, no disrespect to Militic, but listen, Helanda is a step up, right? So, yeah,
central defender.
Yeah, so we've got that variation, we've got that experience. No.
Καθρέφτησε το γήπεδο.
I
know that you love this guy.
Yes.
I know that you love this guy.
Listen, yeah. I've got a t-shirt idea. I'm going to have a pitch on the bottom of the t-shirt, and at the top I'm going to have the mirror.
Gonna
have a mirror at the top.
And
OmoniaFans in between.
Like this letters, and it's gonna write καθρέφτης είναι το γήπεδο. Έτσι.
Yeah, but that text is going to be in reverse cowgirl position with a mirror at the top and a picture at the bottom.
Δώσ' τη λύση μαθιάτα με του Παρασκευά. Παρασκευά Κώστα. Λέει ότι τούτο φαντάζομαι για τον Άρη και την Πάφο, ότι δεν έχουν την πίεση των μεγάλων ομάδων. Ο κόσμος τους είναι πολύ, η Μουρμούρα είναι πολύ, ενώ Ομόνια, Αποέλ, τούτες οι ομάδες το ότι έχουμε τη Μουρμούρα, αν έχουμε τη μέσα στο γέμα.
Yeah, but he's right. Think about it.
He's right.
Buffalo were absolutely slapped up 2 games against us, and none of the websites said anything. It's like, they lost. They lost. All right. Okay. All right. No, it's not going to fuck up the coefficient. No. They lost. That's it.
Ο Γιάννης έτσι ήταν μαζί μου. Ναι ρε εγκρίμα νομπάκης. Είναι εμείς που είμαστε εγκρίμα ρε Πετρή, για όνομα του Θεού πλέον. Γιάννη μου, εγώ δεν συμφωνώ μαζί σου. Πρέπει να συμφωνώ ρε κομπάρε. Εγώ νομίζω ότι ο άνθρωπος δεν έπιανε τις ευκαιρίες. Να μπουν να κάνουμε. Όλοι πρέπει να συμφωνούμε για όλα.
Πέτρο μου, τότε τον είδαμε στο Preseason όμως, λίγο worrying, ξέρεις.
Ναι, διαφωνώ.
Γιατί να μην το βάλεις να παίξει όλα τα παιχνίδια, που 10 λεπτά, δέτον.
Συμφωνώ.
Δέτον. Είναι παράξενο. Είναι πολλά παράξενο.
Ο Γιώργος, πάμε σιλάκα. Άρε, καταφωνεί ρε. Και την Junior, τώρα είδα το μήνυμα ρε Αντρέ, δεν είδα το πιο πριν, λαλώ σου το. Τώρα έφτασε το νόμιο. Είπαμε το. Opinion is no opinion. Latrix. Εγώ ρε Latrix. Να κέψω που τον άσω και να τσιλώ που τον άσω στο σκιολί, που το σκιολί στο τριάρι, ως που φτάσω στο δεκάρι. Νομίζω ότι φτάσω στο δεκάρι είναι να έφτασω να τσιλήσω άλλο. Αμάσας λαλό. Δεν έχουμε normal. Δεν έχουμε normal τσι μέσα.
Constantino, are you the guy on Twitter that put out the rumor and had all these fucking Hammarby fans messaging me saying, is this true? Is this true? Fucking hell, man. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. It'll be nice, but yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Το λοιπόν, ετοιμαστείτε. Αν σας λέω, ένεχει ένα normal μες στον Discord, ένεχει.
Jan is back in the chat and he comes up with this. Bro, I beg. Trouble is fast asleep. You don't want to wake it up.
Να μου το ρε Μαρή, αγώ να μου έχω.
That's the midfielder.
Okay. Konstantinos pale. You don't need only 11 players by a team. You need quality and depth. Yeah, I think we go for 2 wingers attacking midfield and striker. If we get 4 good players, we can win the championship. Μακάρι να καλύψουμε πρώτα τους πιο ρε Κωνσταντίνο μου που θέλουμε 100%.
If we get 4 good players, we can win the championship. Costantino, wisdom is chasing you and you're too fast.
Εγώ να το ρωτήσω πότε η τελευταία φορά που ήταν έτσι κίνηση που την Ομόνια, για να μου λέει ότι να πιάμε 4 παίκτες. Πες μου την τελευταία φορά που ήταν έτσι κίνηση που την Ομόνια. Εγώ να θυμάμαι τα τελευταία 8 χρόνια. Να θυμάμαι έτσι κίνηση τα τελευταία 8 χρόνια. Στα φιλικά μέχρι σήμερα ο Cypriano είναι ο κεντρικός αμυντικός, πήρε χρόνο συμμετοχή τους. Φαντάζομαι για το ΑΠΟΕΛ που είναι το τικουέντα. There are over 50 active under-18 Brazilians at any point. The U18 don't count. Δεν ξέρω, δεν ξέρω για είναι τα πράγματα να το πες τούτο.
George plays too much football manager. Stop it.
Deschamps was probably doing match reports.
He was, because on his Instagram, he took a photograph with this Greek football agent and he tagged this stadium that he was at, and it was the one in Albania. So he's probably doing match reports as well as scouting players. So that's a sign.
Εγώ πήγα με τον να φέρνω 10 Βραζιλιάνους και μια... Τι είναι? Να μου πες?
The Swedish guy that we hired, the one that he was doing nothing in Panathinaikos.
Nielsen.
What his job is?
Now he's doing nothing in Omonia. That's his job.
No,
I did nothing.
He continues to do his job. Nothing.
He keeps carrying on. He keeps carrying on. Καλό.
Έχει δουλειά του άνθρωπος. Να αλλάξει συνήθειες. Ασημένος deserved his chance. He used to play in the European games on the Berg and since then... Μάλιστα. Ναι, είναι αλήθεια ότι ο Ασημένος κάτω από τον Berg είδαμε τον να μπαίνει μες στα παιχνίδια. Don't forget we had a B-list Nigerian international goalkeeper for the last 3 years. Ναι, τώρα αλήθεια. Σκουφέτ, λαλεί ο Μάριος. 22-29, we have Conference League playoffs. If we make it that far. Φαντάζομαι για τον Αύγουστο που λέει. Μιλούμε για τους καταλόγου Β, λάτρετ. Εν και για τον καταλόγο Α που μιλούμε. Μιλούμε για τους παίχτες καταλόγου Β που συζητούσαμε για τους Κυπρέους. For you, Stel. He's shameless.
Let me tell you something. When you make comments like, if we get 4 more players, we're going to win the league, that is shameless. But Costantino, today is your Christmas. The next time you come up with a comment like that, it's going to be your Halloween. Yes?
Lazio, πρώτη φορά αυτό το όνομα ρε, Στέλ. Πρόκειται που Lazio. Δεν το θυμούμε ξανά.
No, but he's a member, so thank
you.
And
a member, ναι. Yeah. Don't worry for number 10. We have until 31st of August. It's not the first time. Σίγουρα. Και όχι μόνο η 31 Αυγούστου. Πάμε και παρακατώ μες στους άνεργους. Να σταματήσει 31 Αυγούστου. Αύγουστε, Χαϊβάνι. Έχουμε και παρακατώ. Να φύγουμε το Σεπτέμβρη να έχει παράπονο. Έφυγε. Να φύγουμε το Σεπτέμβρη να έχει παράπονο, ρε Στέλ. No. Why should we leave September have a complaint? I am willing to bet Ekleftico for Petros that transfer will happen when Lanka, Sama, Zoho, and Bakic are sorted. Εφάτε μου τον Μπάκης μου, ρε. Εφάτε μου το, ρε. Εφάτε μου το, ρε. Εφάτε μου τον άνθρωπο, ρε. Δεν μπορώ να καταλάβω τι θα σε κάνει έναν άνθρωπο, ρε. Τι θα σε κάνει έναν άνθρωπο.
Can I make an early prediction?
Κάνε την να δούμε. The floor is yours.
Langen, Zoho.
Είπε ήταν να πεις μαλακία και μάγκωσες. Καλά να πάθεις.
Langen, Zoho will not leave the squad. Δεν είναι λεπτό. Langen, Zoho will not leave the squad. I can bet you on that.
For every 12, there's a Judas. Anyway, shall we wrap it up?
Θέλετε να πείτε τίποτε άλλο?
Well, there is something I wanted to do very quickly.
Yeah,
and this is just a bit of fun. Okay? And I think maybe I don't usually do giveaways on the main area, but I think I'm going to do one on this occasion because I feel like I'm in a good mood. But let's play a game with the viewers. Yeah? We've got quite a few people watching live right now. Yeah? So there's a game that we're going to play. And the winner will get an OmoniaFans t-shirt. Okay? Giancarlo has one, but he's not ordering it at the moment. Yeah? This is probably in the wash. It seems like people threw tomatoes at him. Right. So
at some point, have to wash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't live in it, bro. Honestly, as much as you'd love to, but yeah. So I've thought of an Omonia player, past or present. Okay. And what I want you guys to do is guess the player, and the clues that I'm going to give are players that they have played with throughout their career. Do you understand?
No.
So
I didn't.
I've thought of an Omonia player, past or present. So a player that may have played 5 years ago. Okay. I've thought of this player. You need to guess who he is. But the clues I'm going to give you are players that he has played with throughout his career. So, paradigma, if I was to think of, say, Matt Derbyshire, I might say some players that he played with at Olympiacos or at Blackburn Rovers or at MacArthur or at Nottingham Forest. Those are the clues, the players that he's played with.
Okay.
Former teammates.
Okay.
Yeah? Do you understand now?
No.
Okay. Right. So, shall I do this? George has gone, it's Shehu. It's not Shehu. Okay. So, the first clue is Cholevas, the defender. You remember him?
Oi.
Cholevas.
I don't even remember him.
Greek, Uruguayan. I think he was Uruguayan, Greek. Do you remember him?
And this guy was playing with somebody that he used to play for us.
Yes. But he didn't play, but Oliver didn't obviously play for us, but he was a teammate of this guy. Do you understand? Listen, this is fun. Listen, if there are people watching now that know, okay, so that's the first clue. Yeah. The second clue is Darikwa, the right back that was at Apollon last season. So Holevas is one, Darikwa is the other clue. So this player that used to play for us has played with these two players at his previous clubs.
Mavrias.
No, it's not him, but you're not allowed to play because you've already got a t-shirt.
For
the viewers.
The viewers. Yeah.
Andrea said Jordi Gomez. It's not Jordi Gomez. Okay. Right. Third clue. This might actually give it away. Jermaine Defoe. Pedro's face. Oh, you look like Adam and Eve on fucking Mother's Day. So confused. So Defoe, Oliver, and Darikwa. Guys, anyone want to guess? I think George is gonna get it, man. Because George is. No, it's not Lua Lua. It's not Lua Lua. But you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Next clue. Yanam Villa. You remember him? Midfielder. He was at Olympiacos. Played in England for Sunderland, I think.
Zaylia.
Nico? No, it's not Zelias. No, it's not Matt. I'm glad people are guessing. No, it's not Zelias. No. Right. So we've got Defoe and Villa, Holeva and Darikwa. The final clue. Jesus Navas. This player has played with all of those players. Same team. Not the same team, but he's played them. No, it's not Barker. It's not Bash. But you're on the right track, Pedro. You're on the right track. It's a Watford player for sure. Possibly.
Ποιος ήταν, ρε?
And he used to play
And
for
you
us.
know-
He played a
Hooper. No. Hooper.
bang. There you go.
Πανδήλημον.
Congratulations. See? Bandilimon played with Jesus Navas at City, with Jermaine Defoe at Sunderland, with Villa at Sunderland, with Holeva at Watford, and Darikwa at Nottingham Forest. There you go. So Nigomu, I don't know if you got Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
And
Message
remember,
me.
he's a member also.
He's a member. There you go. So message me. Let me know your t-shirt size, and I will get that printed for you and let you know when it's done. You can go collect it from the shop. There you go. What a cool game that was. See?
Stel, who was it with
Never mind.
Wolves?
Huh?
With Wolves.
Wolves.
Ναι. Είχαμε κάποιον που είδαμε τους που έπαιζε στους Wolves.
What, recently?
Never mind.
Όχι.
Never mind.
Ούτε ιδέα.
Μπορεί να είναι κάτι άλλο από Wolves.
But if we're talking about squads, Mavria played in England with Sunderland. Jordi obviously played in England. Matt played in England. Pantilimon played in England. Hooper, Barker, Matthews.
Υπήρξαν κάποιος σπουδούς με τη
Ash.
Wolves. I thought it was Hooper.
No, Hooper was at Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday.
Norwich, ναι. Μπορεί Norwich που...
But yeah, no, Wolves, I can't think of any players that played for Wolves that was with us.
Maybe I'm mistaken. Εντάξει, δεν πειράζει. Καλή υγεία να έχουμε. Νικόλα, συγχαρητήρια. Κέρδισες τη φανέλα.
There you go.
Στείλε... είπες, βγάλ' το email πάνω να σου στείλει πληροφορίες για το size της φανέλας.
There you go.
Νικόλα, είσαι που Λευκοσία. Να πρέπει να περάσεις για να παραλάβεις τη φανέλα.
Yeah. We had a lot of former Sunderland players. Yeah, we did. Flipping hell, thinking about it. Thanks. You're welcome, bro. So yeah, drop us an email or drop me a DM. I don't know if you're in the Discord as well. If you're in the Discord, I don't know if you are actually. Well, I put the link for the Discord earlier. Where is it? Let me find it. So yeah, that's the Discord link. Be in the Discord. You can message me on that, Instagram, whatever. Get in touch.
Δεν μπορούν που τα μερεστέλ, βάρτω μες τα messages.
In the messages.
Yeah, because you brought it up on the screen. From the screen, they can't get the link.
It's there. It's there. So when they scroll up, they'll see it. You can
Okay.
just click on it. You have another quiz. Oh God. Oh no. Is it a short one?
Στείλε μας μήνυμα για την επόμενη φορά να το κάνουμε ρε George Theo. Στείλε μου μήνυμα ή στείλε του Stel μες στο Discord. Αφού είσαι μες στο Discord μας. Στείλε το με message του...
I have an unpicked OmoniaFans t-shirt to give away. The
Γιατί,
one that you haven't collected. He hasn't collected it yet.
Γιατί ρε, γιατί.
No. He's too scared.
Να πάει να
He's too
πιάει.
scared to wear it. He hasn't got balls like Giancarlo. Giancarlo will wear it. He doesn't give a fuck. He's got balls of steel like this, man.
Ωραία, μαλακά.
He's like Iron Man balls.
Ρε, εντορθιό, να πάει να γκάει, σε παραγγείλαμε τη φανέλα. Δεν τζάμε και
Yeah, it's
καφτερά,
already for you.
λερώσαμε τη.
So yeah. Anyway,
να κάνουμε ένα quick wrap-up για το παιχνίδι εχθές.
go on.
Άντε, πέμα στα γλυόρ.
Fucking hell.
Περίμενα. I'm gonna say it in English, sorry. I was
No, it's alright.
expecting
Do you think?
a worse performance. I was expecting a worse performance from what I saw. I liked Maric. He keep on from where he left. Masura was really nice, especially because he was like in front of us and we could see what he was doing. I liked him. Ragovic, I didn't like him as a number 10. I don't want to... Actually, I'm going to give the flowers to Ewarta, not Evandro, Ewarta. But he surprised me yesterday night. I wasn't expecting him to do that shit, but congrats to him. Overall, guys, we need depth. This is the main and the final conclusion. This is the problem that we're lacking for the last 2 years for sure. That's my wrap up from yesterday's night.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, to be honest. There needs to be more improvements, but at this stage, we just got to be patient, unfortunately. But as I said, my bar is all the way down at the bottom, so anything above that is a bonus.
Today I asked a friend, what position do you think that Omonia is going to finish this year, and why fourth?
And why fourth?
Well, before I forget, actually, I did a poll. I don't know. I said it in the members area, but on our Facebook group page, we got a poll, and I was asking people what their expectations are for the season. What people What's happening, bro? What's happening?
Of course.
And it's interesting. So, where is it? 32% reckon we're going to be champions. 2% reckon we're going to win the cup. 6% going to win the double. 39% top 6. And 21% nothing. Now, boys, I know it's too early in the season to say, but which one of those would you say is realistic?
Θέλω να πω τίποτε τώρα.
See, you got balls.
No, it's got nothing to do with balls. I don't have an opinion yet about it. Simple as that. Να λαλώ αερολογίες, ρε φίλε. Θέλω να λαλώ πελάρες, ρε φίλε. Θέλω να λαλώ πελάρες.
Well, listen, if you're going to go with the safe bet like I am, I think top 6. I think
top 6 ξαναείμαστε τώρα, φίλε.
Don't forget the word.
Εγώ πιστεύω έπρεπε να βάλεις και το top 3. Not only the top 6.
Okay, so people are going to expect, not what they think, what they expect. There's a difference.
I expect top 3.
Okay. G-Man?
A tricky one. You know, I'm gonna make it guess. For sure, my expectations is for top 6. The thing is that if and only if they bring those 2 positions that we need, and if they're gonna be key signings, I want the championship. But as far as it goes from what they have shown for the last couple of years, I'm just expecting top 6. And that's the end of the story.
Yeah. I think that's the minimum.
There is too many ifs and buts and maybes. This is the thing. Because the Dabrauskas just they said we're expecting a player that he's gonna make like an impact on Cyprus, not only on Omonia. But where is he? Where is he? So,
Bro, I
this is
think
what
the
I'm
other question,
expecting.
I think the other question we need to ask is, what do we think the targets are for the club? Because again, I'm sorry to go over this again. When you got your president coming out saying, okay, we didn't win this and that, but we reached a target. The only thing you can assume is what he thinks is qualifying for Europe is a target, which means third place is one of the targets.
I would disagree.
It's not
with
high
you.
on the list of targets, but it's a target.
Yeah, with
it's an
that, I
actual
agree.
target.
It's a target, and you don't expect him to minimize that target.
I agree. But on the flip side, again, and this is my caveat, when you say things like that, it gets people up the wrong way, especially after, because this was like a couple of days after the loss in the cup final. It wasn't like give it a week or so. It was like, yeah, well, you know, we didn't, and it's like you're trying to cover it all up, and for me that's unacceptable. And again, goes back to who's advising him when he does these things or says these things. You know, again, it's easily, how can I put it? It's easily misconstrued. It's easily misunderstood.
Yeah, because you're saying that he was trying to cover it up. In my opinion, I didn't take it that way. I took it like, oh, okay, we didn't win the championship, but at least we achieved one of the goals, which was to go into Europe. That's how I took it personally. I didn't take it like he was covering up by saying this.
Petro, let me pause you for a second and let you know that if we were finishing top 3, like let's say we're gonna do this year, and they're gonna go out and tell us that we trusted Dabrauskas, we trusted Anastasiou, and we're actually building on something, I would have accepted it. But because they didn't say anything like this, they weren't building anything. That's why I didn't like it. It poked me, you know. Me.
Να σου θυμίσω κάτι. Καταλάβω τι θέλεις να μου πεις, ρε φίλε. Καταλάβω το. Εν μέρει συμφωνώ μαζί σου. Την ίδια στιγμή, να σου θυμίσω και εσέναν και πολλούς άλλους ότι 2 εβδομάδες πριν την τελευταία αγωνιστική εφωνάζαμε Ομόνια λόγω πράσινου.
Εφωνάζεις το και τα Χριστούγεννα.
Ρε φίλε.
Εν το φωνάζε.
Όχι, δεν το φωνάζε.
Εν το φωνάζε. Έπαιζες με τα χτυζιά away και ήσουν μαζί να βρεθήκαμε μπας στην Κερκίδα. Εν εφωνάζεις Ομόνια λόγω πράσινου.
He was wearing his father Christmas hat, going Ομόνια λόγω πράσινου.
Εφώνιζα ρε φίλε, εφώναζα. Ξέρεις το τι εφώναζα. Ως που και στο ημίχρονο σηκώστηκα και πιες. Ρε φίλε, μα κοίταξε. Λαλείς μου τώρα τα Χριστούγεννα ρε φίλε, εγαμώ το σύστο μου ρε μαλάκα. Έχει άλλο 15 παιχνίδια ύστερα από τα Χριστούγεννα, 20 σχεδόν. Είναι η κουβέντα που λαλούμε ότι υπομονή μηδέν, δεν έχουμε υπόθεση μπας σε αυτό το πράγμα.
Then he went home after the Upwell game on the 27th and beat up his Christmas tree for the sake of it. Fuck this shit.
I almost did it.
Christmas is cancelled, motherfucker.
Φέτος, αν έρθω τρίτος και που μου πέφτει χτίζουμε κάτι, θα το δεχτώ σαν δικαιολογία. Αλήθεια. Αλήθεια, θα το δεχτώ και θα πω, ναι ρε φίλε, χτίζουμε κάτι. Εμπιστευκόμαστε τον Νταμπράουσκα 3 χρόνια, τον Αναστασίου 3 χρόνια, χτίζουμε κάτι. Γι' αυτό φέτος εγώ περιμένω κάτι άλλο που εξάδαν, όπως και είπες και εσύ και τριάδα, ναι. Εγώ του τον είπα. Γιατί έδειξα σου ότι έμπαν ποτέ να κάνουν μπαμπούμ πιστολιές και να γεμώσουν το ρόστερ. Έδειξα σου το.
Έχει πολλούς λόγους.
Δεν ξέρω αν το βλέπω λάθος. Δεν διαφωνούμε. Απλά καταλαβαίνεις πώς το σκέφτομαι. Καταλαβαίνεις τη λογική μου.
Αλλά λόγω είναι αδικός. Την ίδια στιγμή που λαλείς φώναζες το για Χριστούγεννα. Έτσι να σου πω, ναι ρε μαλάκα, φώναζες το για Χριστούγεννα και ήμασταν, είναι τα σκατά που ήμασταν, που τα Χριστούγεννα μπορούσαμε να ήμασταν πρώτοι, αλλά δεν ήμασταν, και ύστερα βρεθήκαμε πέμπτη. Και τσούκου, όχι απλά φύγαμε από την πέμπτη θέση, αλλά όσες και αγωνιστικές πριν το πρωτάθλημα, με εκείνα τα χίλια και προβλήματα, έφυγε ένας προπονητής, έφυγε δεύτερος, ήρθε τρίτος, της πουτάνας το κάγκελο της καταστάσεις και δύο εβδομάδες πάλι πριν τέλος του πρωταθλήματος, πάλι φωνάζεις Ομόνια λαός πρωταθλήμα. Ενώ το πρωταθλήμα, ρε φίλε, είναι ένα it's a fucking roller coaster. You're going to go down, you're going to come up, you're going to go down again, you're going to turn, you're going to swerve. When you reach the plateau, you reach the end of the finish line, that's what you see. If you puked, or you pissed your pants, or you shit yourself, or you took a nice photo on the downhill, or the uphill, or the turn. It's a roller coaster feeling. That's why it's there. That's why it's the king of sports. You have your ups, you have your downs. You just try for the best at the end of the day. Are there any disagreements about that?
Look, at the end of the day, as my friend Rodri says, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
And whether we like it or not, we need to just see how the season goes. But the fact is, like we said in the last time we did a show together, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. And I don't think our preparation has been great. It's been okay, but it hasn't been great.
Okay, I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
That being said, it just goes back to what normally happens with this club. And it's the same with most Cypriot clubs. You're waiting until you get into another stage of European competition where you're able to bring in a higher level player. Unfortunately, that comes with its good and bad points. Are you bringing in the player because they're good enough? Is this the right player that you want? Because again, goes back to my bad point. Are they coming just because we're in Europe? Again, there's so many ifs and buts. So we just need to see what happens. That's it. Throw shit at a wall and hope that it sticks. Going back to what we were saying before about Baba Stavros' comments, and I'm gonna say what I need to say here, and I'm gonna be done. It's kind of a double-edged sword, because if at the beginning of this season, Andrea Dimitriou comes out and says, well, we have our targets, but our main ambition is to see progress and build on it, that's going to be a grey area or a vague comment or statement to make, because people are going to be saying, well, we don't want to buy season tickets to see progress. We want to buy our season tickets and go to games to see entertaining football and to win trophies. But then on the flip side, if he comes out and says, well, we want to win the league, we want to win the cup, we want to do this, and they don't, then at the end of the season, it's going to be, well, you said this is what we want to do, and we didn't achieve it. So you failed again. So it's very difficult for them to actually say anything about the club's ambitions. As I said, for me, the bar is on the floor. So anything above expecting nothing is a bonus. That's how I'm going to play it this season. Sorry. That's how it is for me.
Γιάννη μου, θέλει να πεις άλλο τίποτε?
Άρα. Ωραία, φίλε. Απλά τούτο που είπε ο Στέλλας σωστό, γιατί αν τους πεις θέλω πρωτάθλημα, ανεβάζεις τις προσδοκίες. Αν τους πεις θέλω πρωτάθλημα, κατεβάζεις τις προσδοκίες και ο κόσμος φεύγει, ότι κάμισε λάθος. Περιμένουμε να δούμε να μοναίδει. Δεν μπορούμε να κάνουμε τίποτα άλλο.
Όχι.
Υπομονή.
Κάτι που εξηγάσαμε...
Δεν έχουμε υπομονή.
Δεν έχουμε υπομονή. Όχι, δεν έχουμε υπομονή.
Δεν έχουμε υπομονή.
Κάτι που εξηγάσαμε να πούμε, επειδή να κλείσουμε τώρα, κάτι που εξηγάσαμε να πούμε από την αρχή παιδιά είναι ότι δυστυχώς πλέον το Twitter αποφάσισε να μην μας δίνει την ευκαιρία να δείχνουμε το live μέσω Twitter. Επομένως, δυστυχώς, αν και είχαμε καλή απήχηση από τον κόσμο μέσω του Twitter, δυστυχώς δεν μπορούμε να το δείχνουμε live μέσω του Twitter πλέον ταυτόχρονα με το YouTube. Αλλά τούτο που κάναμε σήμερα για πρώτη φορά είναι να το δείχνουμε live εκτός από το YouTube και στο Instagram του NC Network. Επομένως, όσοι έχετε Instagram και να ασχολείστε πολλά με το YouTube και μπαίνετε περιστασιακά, κάνετε μας και ένα follow στο Instagram το NC Network. Έχεις το link, Stel, θα το βάλεις πάνω.
I'll have to find it. I don't even fucking know what it is. Okay, one minute. I got it. At NC._network. It should be in the description anyway, but here we go. At NC._network. Do you know what?
Nice.
I'm gonna try and find a way to get it on Facebook again. There's got to be a way.
Ναι, γιατί στο Facebook παρακολουθώ μας αρκετός κόσμος που μας το κόψουν και που τζάμε. Ούλοι εναντίον μας, ρε, επειδή είμαστε ομονιάτες. Είναι το ΑΠΟΕΛ που φταίει.
Flipping hell. Right, wrap it up.
Εγώ να κλείσω με έναν... Αν δεν θα πείτε κάτι άλλο εσείς, να κλείσω με έναν λίγο διαφορετικό τρόπο, γιατί νιώθω ότι πρέπει να το... Εγώ νιώθω ότι πρέπει να πω το πράγμα, δεν μπορώ να το πω. Να μείνει, εκτός το ότι να πατήσετε κανένα like και ξέρω εγώ, να μην ξεχνούμε, παιδιά, ότι εντάξει, μάπες, Ομόνια, όλα πασιντζόκονται. Σήμερα ο μήνας έχει 20. Τώρα που μου τελειώνει το podcast, έχει 20 ο μήνας. Μια τραγική μέρα για τη χώρα μας. Η μέρα της εισβολής του νησιού μας, της Κύπρου μας, με τα επακόλουθα που ακολουθήσασαι, μετά την εισβολή και την προδοσία της πατρίδας μας, του πραξικοπήματος στις 14 του μήνα. 50 χρόνια. Και ακόμα οι μεγάλες δυνάμεις, οι Αμερικάνοι, οι Καλαμαράες, οι Τούρκοι, οι Εγγλέζοι έχουν μας το περιθώριο και είμαστε έναν χαλί που μας πατούν όλοι που πάνω. Να μην το ξεχάνουμε το πράγμα.
Οι φίλοι μας.
Δεν ξεχνώ. Μόνο του ένα.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been great seeing you all again. As I keep on saying, we do our members area content. If you want regular content, which is what we do a lot, especially when there isn't much football, we discuss transfer rumors, we discuss all sorts of stuff. So yeah, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back very soon. Tune in tomorrow.
After the game.
Well, no, tomorrow in the members area we've got.
I mean, for the group, because that's for the members.
For you subscribers that don't want to be members, that's fine. We'll be back.